Welcome everybody to another live duel. I'm Josh.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm playing pure variant rockets, nothing but not rockets, nothing but Borrelo dragons and whatnot in the extra deck.
Your Enter the Gungeon themed deck.
Oh, I like that actually. Yeah.
That's the reason I picked them up originally.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I'm playing pure TRAPTRIX, and what that means is a bad deck. But what that means for us is nothing out of archetype in the extra deck,
Yep.
and 90% of the main deck is TRAPTRIX filled with some tech cards.
Yeah, so you see a lot of trap hole variants trying to bring out
Yes.
the most of the trap hole theme.
And the way I've built TRAPTRIX, even though they're not good, is basing them around Trap Hole, because that seems to be what they're known for. So I'm not really running Solemns, but I'm running a lot of Trap Hole variants.
Yeah,
like Josh
so
said.
yeah, a lot of interesting trap hole interactions with the rocket side of things. You're not going to see Dragon Lake, and
Yes.
first and foremost, no Dragon Lake. You're not going to see Seafra and all those crazy cards. No Chaotic Ruler.
Yeah.
You're going to see, potentially a Borderland Dragon that just came out. So
Maybe. I was lucky enough to open Mantis, who will search me one. If I'm smart, I'll set a trap.
well, we don't know if you're smart or not.
Oh, no, I'm going to go into Sarah first. My Link 1, which probably shouldn't exist, but TRAPTRIX are still bad with it. Set a trap. Activate Vesiculo. At the point of this, at time of this recording, TRAPTRIX just got a structure deck announced, very keen, which allowed me to special summon Vesiculo, which activates Sarah, which allowed me to set a trap from the deck.
You're doing, this is a consistent trap deck.
Yes.
It does work in theory. It's the fact that it's TRAPTRIX and it's based around trap holes. So let's compare. We often compare TRAPTRIX to Dynamorphia in a way where Dynamorphia, yeah, you can get rid of my cards, but I can activate them as I need.
If I Twin Twister, you could still potentially activate both.
Absolutely. With a trap hole variant TRAPTRIX deck, most of the time you can't. Because it relies on me doing specific actions.
Exactly. I have to wait for you to do a specific action.
So a lot of the brilliance of trying to play a TRAPTRIX deck is getting and foreseeing the right TRAPTRIX card, or trap hole card generally, that you're going to need.
Yeah, which is... And not only do I have to get the trap, I have to pick the correct trap for this deck. Yep. And there's so many different trap hole variants which work in certain decks, which may not work. I'm pretty sure I got a certain trap hole variant in this deck, which is useless against rockets.
Potentially, I go ahead and normal summon the Rocket Tracer. Now, this is going to see so you're going to activate Bottomless, which will destroy it and banish it. I'm going to quick effect the Rocket Tracer to target itself, destroy it, to special summon one. So I've dodged the first trap hole.
But I did activate Sarah because a trap hole was activated. A trap was activated, which allowed me to special summon a TRAPTRIX.
Yeah. So you're doing quite a bit of my turn already, which is more than what we've seen from TRAPTRIX previously. I remember the first iteration of TRAPTRIX was really brutal. It was super slow.
Yeah.
You did one thing per turn. But to see the first thing I do, you do activate the Bottomless, get rid of that. And you do get a special summon off that as well. Pretty good. But it's still, I'm still playing through it. I special summon the Absurata Dragon. It means I can go into a Link 1. It means I can go into more already. And I know you've only got one set card on the field right now.
Yeah, I've got one more interruption.
So I'm feeling pretty good. Admittedly, going against TRAPTRIX is never a scary matchup.
No, it never is. And another issue with the TRAPTRIX archetype, this is going to be our shitty on TRAPTRIX, is that a lot of them get effects when they're normal summoned. Yeah. And when they're special summoned through Sarah, they typically don't get that.
Yeah, not great synergy.
Yeah.
At all.
Because Sarah being the newest, one of the new links, hopefully with the structure deck, they can blend it all together and make it runnable.
Oh, now here, so I link off into Gilangeris, which activates Absurata Dragon. You Gravedigger's Trap Hole my Absurata Dragon, so I do not get the search.
You do not, and you should take 2k in burn damage.
Yes, and that I did not know, so it wasn't imposed.
Wasn't imposed.
The good thing about the life point count is it never reflects differently from the end outcome. It's always,
especially in this matchup.
It's always going to show the winner.
Yes.
So the winner still wins.
So in theory, just, got a few good hits in, right? So just for reference, I activated 2 traps.
Yes.
One of them didn't do anything. It was probably a bad decision on my part to use it on Rocket Tracer.
Well, no. So it was correct. I remember us having it at the time because you force out Rocket Tracer on itself.
Right.
Usually I want to use it on the field spell or maybe a World Legacy Guard Dragon. It was the correct thing to do. Yeah. You did, because usually if you can interrupt the way I play Rockets in this build, is it link climbs a lot.
Yes,
And if
link
you can interact and disrupt that link climb, generally, I can't end on Borderland Dragon, something like that. So I think it was definitely the right thing to do.
Yeah, well, as you've ended on a giant big Link 4, and I have two little...
I mean, I don't have it yet. That's a quad borrow.
Is that a quad barrel?
That's quad borrow,
I can
baby.
barely see.
But here we go. So now I get the Dylan Jarrus. Now I can start going into the big stuff. Now it's enough for a Link 5. That's Borderland Dragon. So despite what I said, my hand was good enough to play through the interruptions that you gave me. And I don't think there's anything else
synchro?
you can do.
Yeah.
Synchro into Borderland Savage, which gives me the 2 negates.
2 negates.
So I'm feeling pretty damn good.
And then Dragon's Mirror for Borrowload Furious.
Mirror, baby. This is the best start that I could possibly have, despite playing through 2 heavy interruptions.
Heavy?
I mean, I didn't get my search, and I mean, okay, soft interruptions. You're right. This is the best board you could want when playing pure rockets.
Yes.
The Borderland Dragon negates the effects of your TRAPTRIX monster, then special summons the Rocket Tracer. Just a free special summon and negate. Very, very powerful. And I'm just overwhelming you like crazy during my turn.
Yeah, this is a bit of a rough one for me, and
So-
that's game 1.
Going into game 2, very, very quick OTK there. But I don't think there was anything you could have played better. I think you got the right cards. I think you may have searched the Gravediggers, and that was the right call. But I don't know what kind of hard interruptions you can kind of expect to do going against Rockets playing TRAPTRIX.
Not with this build. If I went Solemns, I probably could. But with this current build, basing it on Trap Troll, also this current build has been unsleeved. Spoilers.
It'll be on potentially eBay or...
No. Well, it depends on... What I'm waiting for is the structure deck card list to be announced.
Oh, that's true. Yep.
If I can see what's coming out in the structure deck, and then I can sell my deck.
Okay.
So
While the duel is loading up, because we're to cut decks, this gives us a good chance to just riff for a bit. Obviously, we don't know what's going to be in the TRAPTRIX structure deck.
Correct.
And this is the second time you're building TRAPTRIX. TRAPTRIX are going to be around forever, whether you like it or not. What would be like a couple things that you would love for TRAPTRIX to get? Because obviously they're going to get maybe 4, 5, 6 new cards.
I'm going to guess 4 or 5. They're not going to get the Ice Barrier treatment of like a whole new deck. The thing is, they've just got a lot of mediocre cards. No spells, obviously it's trap based, but all the traps, especially all the trap holes, are pretty mediocre.
Yeah.
I don't want to do play-by-play for this duel because honestly, it's just going to be Rockets winning. So the main thing with the TRAPTRIX structure deck is we've got a Link 1, we've got a Link 2, we've got 2 XCs. We don't really need any more with the extra deck. What we need is spot removal, and we need consistency in the main deck. We got Vesicula, which helps, but we just need more.
Yeah.
If I could flood the board with TRAPTRIX, I think it would help a lot.
It's
I don't know how they do that.
Like, is that Vesicula on the... No, A-Trax?
No, that's A-Trax.
A-Trax is really interesting because it allows you to activate the trap holes from hand.
Correct.
Which is something... would be broken in most archetypes if you could activate traps from hand.
Yeah.
And it did allow you to do a lot there. The trade-off is you were stuck with A-Trax.
Yes,
There was
and then that's it.
Nothing else you could do. And that's enough for me to play through it. I already have multiple cards on board. I've got just a plethora of options at my disposal. I probably won't end on the board that will, allow me to OTK. But seeing only one A-Trax and... that's no set cards.
I've already used 2 of my traps. I don't think I have any more. If I do, it's maybe 1 more.
Like when we think about stuff like Altergeist and Dynamorphia, they're the 2 best trap-based decks that we run right now.
Yeah.
There's a plethora of set stuff, and they can recur things very, very well. TRAPTRIX kind of struggle in that regard. You saw it before where Sarah came out, and it did manage to, special summon one in my turn.
It got both of its effects.
Yeah. And that's kind of what it ended on. So it doesn't combo extend into something else. It doesn't have the power that, say, like a Rockets would have right now. And I mean power in terms of...
Gravediggers.
Yeah, which is perfect because Dylan Jarrus activates in the graveyard.
2k life points.
So you have... Your Gravediggers have hit the right card. You've interrupted me 3 times.
Yeah.
But I'm still able to play.
Yeah.
And there's no way I'm able to go into, my absolute best end ball with Borderland Dragon, which is why I call it short and go into the Borderload Savage Dragon with only 1 interrupt. But it's still feeling pretty good. I'm not worried about an Atrax on the field. I'm not worried about a Serra on the field. Like maybe if I was playing something like a Time Thief or if you maybe, you know, S-Force if they were going against TRAPTRIX, that may be a bit of a worry. But in terms of decks that either can continue to play in combo again and again or have really high hitting power,
that's
it's a
it.
cool game just like that. We hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you guys want to see any more live duels, deck builds, podcast episodes, tournament videos, or anything that you guys may want to see, let us know in the comments below. Please make sure to leave a like. Please subscribe. Tell us what you guys want to see. We love hearing from you guys.
100%. Every comment matters. We read every comment on the channel. On any video. Old, new, old, new, old, new. We read every comment.
Even if we don't respond to it, I give it a heart.
100%.
Everything.
100%. We read all of it, whether we respond or not. If you can tell your friends about us, if you know people that like Yu-Gi-Oh, please recommend it. This started out as a passion project, as a hobby, and we're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
So that's about it from us at the Misplay. So we hope to see you guys in the comments, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Deuces.